Hey everybody, it's ManlyBadassHero, and welcome to the finale of Amnesia, Machine for Pigs. Previously, after navigating the sewers and various other machine areas, we made it to the machine and activated it, where we found it was not the right decision. Now we follow Mandus as he finds the consequences of what he has done, by reversing his sabotage. So I take it our friend is God of the Pigs. There was a document that did say you could make them worship something.
And emerging, I raised my head to an uncaring sun, and I cursed this world of pain and despair. This civilization built on the ricketed bones of the unfortunate, on the greed and swell of mammon and empire. Cradling a stone egg in my jacket, I kissed my children farewell, and I crawled my way home.
Can a man construct himself anew? Can a man, on realizing who he is, on what he has become, tear himself apart down to the bricks and begin again? Are our souls just as tiny cogwheels and clockwork, and intricate machines to serve a function that, upon reflection, we might set to a new task? Can a man, defined by his actions, defined by that which he now finds abhorrent, set to sabotaging this body, his machine, until those children of his soul turn in new motion, and he may awake to a new sun, a new year, a new century with hope in his heart? As I reach my hands to the exposed wires, I ask myself this: is redemption possible for such a creature as I? And if not, then surely better to die amongst my creations than to continue to live as a monster. So it is done. The saboteur was me, and the voice on the telephone was him. But what of us? How do we connect? Surely I cannot be responsible for all I see about me. I cannot remember. All I can grasp is a moment when the world split into two pieces and the innards of humanity fell from an orifice torn agape into my open, bifurcate heart.
Where are they? Where are my children?
Why do you ask, Mandus? You know the answer well enough.
So we have Gamma. Children really are the most wonderful, useful creatures. The unfortunates from the orphanage have proved indispensable in cleaning the larger steam pipes. It appears that matter from the slaughtering process may indeed vaporize at source, but drifts like dust through the air and lodges in the pipes, causing them to foul. Periodically, we shut the pressure down and send one of our pixies into the pipes to scrub the reconstituted fat away. Armed with just a shortened broom, our little explorers venture into the dark. Of course, we only keep the pressure down for a short period, so they must be fast, or they risk being trapped and boiled by the superheated vapors when they rush back into the system. Then we'll be sending their comrades in afterwards to scrape free the cooling mess. The survivors tell me you can reach all manners of places with the complex through the pipes. I smile, tell them I am so proud, and then feed them to the pigs. Oh, crap. Tear it down. You thought I saboteured your shit before. You're gonna see real saboteur now.
What are you doing, little piggy? Do you think I will allow you to sabotage me again?
I want my children, you unholy bastard!
Like, this is not gonna be just opening random doors shit. This is gonna be, we're tearing this thing apart.
Will it hurt them?
A cleansing fire always burns, little Mandus, but it purifies and it makes anew. Did it hurt to carve out the fevered flesh? Did it hurt to cut free the gangrenous foot? Ask instead this: can we save them?
When did I say that? That is not me. That is not me!
Toys. One of the pigs was stacking blocks like this. Pig. There is a spoon of medicine, I says. And it's a silver spoon what you did get born holding. Ever so painful for mummy dear. It grasped so hard it was in a little screaming red fist. Later you used your spoon to dig a hole in the garden, to get all the way to Mexico. And then you did eat worms with your spoon on the way to stay fat. This spoon was the same you gave your twins, and you used it to dig a hole to their clockwork souls and eat up their hearts like soup on the way to keep you fat. Fat little mule, where will you dig next? I asks you, and your little silver spoon made from the silver spine of your children and wrapped in the hair of your dearly departed. Dear sweet Jesus, my darling Lilybeth, what am I become? Did I have a brother or some shit? Locked. Tear it down! Down with the establishment, man! It seems that the pressure system is indeed the Achilles heel of this facility. Something I clearly did not realize in my first clumsy attempt at sabotage. If I reroute the steam, I can wreak havoc. Bring down the establishment, man! If in the throes of my evil, I sent children into the pipes to clean them, then it seems likely there is another entrance I can use to escape this noxious maelstrom of engines. I will ignore the burning in my nostrils from the fumes of that godless Compound X that fuels these machines, and I will become the saboteur. I will destroy the pressure system, enabling me to enter the pipes without fear. Keep lights low. Could be pigs. All about me, the thunder of machinery, the blasts of boiling steam. I cannot pass without fear of scalding. I am a lobster, cracked, my circulation stagnated, my vital motions impeded. The steam will boil my hull, unless I can find a way to shut it off. Now with the establishment, dude! No more machines, man! Some form of steam regulator. I'll wager if I disable it, the damage caused by the rushing steam pressure could be catastrophic. Certainly enough to force a temporary stalling of its entire engine. That should cause the steam pressure to drop. Mandus, you clever old goat! I can feel this horror, this grief, this betrayal boil into fury. I will not stand. I will not be undertrodden. If this machine is my heirloom, I am the Overman. Oh, fuck. Great shot, kiddo. It's 1 in a million. Let's get out of here. Oh, some big pigs. Exceed the Death Star, Luke Skywalker! Now quickly, through the pipes, before the pressure returns, and they feel the boiling corrosive steam. I sense a machine snarl itself about me, its unholy unhuman mind coil and slick, and send its dark tendrils through its conduits to repair the damage. I will return to the streets, I will fetch help, and I shall lead the people upon the factory, burn it to the ground, and seal this evil place underground forever. Ow, 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 ow. Ow.
This is your doing, Mandus. This is what you dragged into me.
I will stop you. I will save them.
You are too late. It begins. My work has begun. Kill them, my piggies. Kill them all.
We arrived at the streets of London? Are we gonna find out the whole place is invaded by an army of pigs? Huh, be like Rocket Knight Adventures. The war has started. The pigmen attack. Holy Jesus. What the fuck, do these pigs have like artillery weapons or something? The slaughter begins. If only this was America, people would have defended themselves.
Oh no. Oh God, no, what have I done?
Oh man, oh God.
I know you are out here. I own this city. I am this city.
No! This is not what I meant! This is not what I meant at all!
No one misses the poor. Round up some orphans and the world will thank you for it. Disappear a whore and a gentleman applauds you. Kill a beggar and a lady walks safely again. I hate them. I hate them more than any of the others. This privilege, this pretension, these so-called leaders, these pillars of society, these rich and fanciful, they wear their filth on the inside, they are no less dirty. I have plans for them all. We will feed them, and then we will feed from them. Jesus Christ, where'd you pigs get artillery? Where'd you even learn to use shit like that? Fucking... Jesus Christ! It's a madhouse!
Redemption is at hand. Enter the cleansing and set your souls free. For you are born into filth and will die as pigs. Only through my redemption can you ascend to the skies and claim the heavens as your kingdom. Fall on your knees. Ashes, ashes, bones and ashes. For the pile will reach critical, and we can have such a burning that this city will shine as a beacon of redemption for the world!
London's burning. London's burning. God, forgive me. What have I unleashed? I stand and smell a burning city. I see ash upon the wind. I hear the roars of the sickening beasts and the screams as they fall upon the city and drag its people below for the slaughter. Now I begin to understand what the other composite ingredient component X must be. And I also understand this. It's my responsibility now. I must find a way back to the heart of the machine and complete what I started. We have set aside an entire wing of the mansion for their parties. We invite them from near and far, and we guzzle them with fine wine and the finest cuts in all of London. My God, Vandus, but these chops are rather divine. Who is your butcher? Feed them up. For the wine and the grains will also lend a character to the product. Keep the flesh relaxed. Opium and the champagne and gravy. A hog roast every night for the Duke and Duchess. An actress battered and sliced. An artisan in every mouthful. And an importer of fine tea stewed in his own leaves. They bicker and breed under the table, by the fireplace, on the carpet stained with wine and fat, whilst long-dead nobles of deformed grace and cold stare, watching from gilded frames along the crooked walls. We will hose it down later, as we shovel them into our machine. Where's the fucking military? I mean, the pigs don't even have guns. I don't think they have guns. Maybe I'm terribly wrong. Uh-huh. The pigs will gorge. They will feast on London tonight. I stand and look at myself in the mirror, penis in hand, and my reflection grins at me, and his mouth is full of sulfur mustards. Vain fool, he sneers. Are you really so very different? Do you genuinely believe your works of evil are any greater than the rest of them? You are simply a weak man, a product of his age, the same as any other. This is empire, cretin. This is the killing idiocy, the natural result of the social Darwinism. If you are evil, then this world is evil. You just let the blood run in the street, rather than hiding it in the poorhouse. You hold the blade and slide it home yourself. You do not pay a man to do this for you where you cannot see it. If you are evil, at least yours is an honest evil, and that alone makes you Ubermensch. And thus I wash my hands and take to bed.
Do you hear me, Madness? This is what you planned.
Shut up. You're probably some kind of pig man AI thing now anyway. A beautiful full moon on a night of carnage. Better them than me.
Fit only for the slaughtering of pigs.
Oh, fuck! There are too many of these damnations. These beasts loose on the street all have come from the engine rooms. As I emerge, I counted 3 of the damnable pneumonic lifts, which suggests the machine has been playing this for some time, smuggling routes to the surface all about this neighborhood. If my bearings are correct, beyond the alley I should stand directly over the ignition rooms, and I will wager that if I find a pneumonic there, it will carry me back to the machine's heart.
Beast! Creature! Where are my children? Where are my children?
There's a pig nearby. I'm still trying to figure out how these pigs have taken over the world. I mean, I hear weapons going off. Is that the military or is that the pigs? There's a lift right here. Pig mask. It ends. I have returned, an angel of vengeance, a saboteur once more. I will find a way to stop this vast enterprise of slaughter. Enough destruction to open the harbor floor, confuse the machine enough to spring its lock, and creak the doorways. I must cause it great shock, stab its eyes, poke hot wire into its ears, hammer to its teeth, and push glass into every orifice. Then it will gasp, in that gaps, I will scuttle into its throat and stab its heart from the inside. No machine blades for Fatty Bishop and Glenny Harris. Prime cuts, all the sorting bins. And the very best, as always, back into the dumbwaiter to the kitchens above. To be stewed and plumped and gravied, and breadcrumbed and returned to the table for the next night's feast. But not every night, you see, although we have begun to increase the frequency of the final act. Unlike the poor, the rich will be missed, given time, but we will continue to spoil and ready them, and our fine foods are now exported to mansions and lodges across London. It has been noted in times of late, however overweight the great and good are becoming, with their diets of fine wine and rich meat. Indeed. In Punch, just last week, a cartoon showed Viscount Selwyn as a stuffed pig laid upon a platter for his peers to dine upon. A vicious and cowardly slander, no doubt. But he tastes delicious. I ate him with a side of fava beans. It's never one of those lights. I gotta activate the goo. Tear this place apart. This electrification must be lethal to the touch. Now to confound the machine and flood the system. This time not with sewage, but boiling spark and licking death. Peak.
But will they be free?
Yes, my friend. Drained and bled and freed from the prison of the flesh. Free to ascend as smoke to the stars.
And the good? The worthy? How will we save them?
Show me these worthy, Mandus. Show me these good. I do not see them.
A triflery. I sensed an opportunity. My first strike. Impending these congs of a large enough object should jam the flow of coolant, causing a pressure buildup that will split the pipes and rupture the tanks. Now, large enough object, right here. Upsy daisy. Beautiful. How about a little chemical X while we're at it? Continue back up. Now we'll turn electricity off. This doesn't kill me when I go down there myself. Good. There we go. Should've just dropped a barrel on him like Final Fantasy VII. Why, hello, machine. You look very sensitive. What happens if I turn you like this? Oh, you don't like that, don't you? let's just turn this. Oh, that sounds beautiful. Ooh. No, there's nothing better in the morning than ruining a perfectly good machine and a plan. Oh! Don't underestimate man, you son of a fucker. We may be dumb, we may be arrogant. Damn if we're not good at fucking things up. Oh! That stung.
I know you, machine. I know what you fear. I will rain excrement into your very soul. I will destroy you.
You are too late, Manders. My great works are almost begun.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. You gave me a note, but I can't even read it yet. I'll just go up and read it. It's gonna be a long, ladder trip down. It is critically injured now. I am sure of that. It cheers no more. I feel it shudder around me, a wounded animal pressed flat to the ground. I feel it is afraid of me, and I hate it all the more, as I hate myself for unleashing it. My head pounds with blood. My teeth vibrate. I retch and burn with fever. I am an angel of death, descending to smother the firstborn for the death of the two that came after.
I am here again, at the foot of those stairs, towards the red light of the nursery, sunset in the window like a bleeding sky, the horizon a slit throat, the seeping dark to drain the guilt from us. I am the jaguar-faced man. I am the feathered serpent. This priesthood is mine.
Standing pig. More pig. They're bringing the humans down to eat.
I can meet him, your great engineer. How marvelous. I must say, Mr. Manders, my excitement is almost unseemly.
Yes, I can see that. Step this way, Professor. I will be right behind you.
Manders? Manders, where the devil are you? I can't see a damn thing. Manders! We are the pig, Professor. We are all the pig.
I climb in stillness now. Blue water runs in my veins, now I am clean. I carry the knife of this factory, the bowl of this mill. I am come to collect you from your fields and your furnaces. I will gather you into the white clouds. I will gather you to me, and I will take you home.
Oh, this is hard.
Hear me, Mandus. My gears are adjust. My steam is built. Soon I will spill that blue water and split the egg, the atom, my soul, and there will be a very great burning that we might make the world clean. Be proud, for this is your doing. Until you steeped me in the blood of your own, I was nothing but rotten architecture. You have made me, and I will make the world anew.
I don't know if we ever went to that area over there. The far left. And again, I don't think we went to this area right here either. Speaking of Oddworld, that also has a similar map system to tell you how far you got in the game. I walk tunnels where no human has trod before. I am sure of that. It is just me and him now. Frost forms on my coat sleeves. The deathly still and the freezing air tell me I'm close.
But why did you take my children?
I, Mandus. Of all the blood we have spilled together, the first drops fell from your hands alone.
Then I am damned for a filicide, and everything is lost.
Wait a minute. The first document at the start. He's the Jaguar Man. Did the fever make him mad and murder his children? Something big is coming. What was that noise? This is it. This is where it goes down. Holy shit. It's a fucking Mr. Freeze teleporting super pig. Oh fuck, he's fast. Ow! Can't think go. What did I even do to it? I don't know what a light would scare the... Oh, shit. He is far from gone, isn't he?
Only to save you. Only to spare you. I would have given my soul to spare you this world and its loan. Oh, my children. My children. What have I done? What have I become? I will put it right, my darlings. All of my wrongs will be righted. All of my sins washed clean.
Memories. They surface like bloated bodies rising to the scum of the flames. I looked at them, covered in the blood of their dead mother. Little piglets, squalling in their swaddling, and my heart at once was filled with great love and a consuming hate I could never have imagined. At that point, did my soul split, creating him? Was this the egg of my soul, the moment the great clock began to tick? It is only the path to redemption that John has to give her again, to make myself whole, to close the great circle and take that madman into my heart once more, and forgive him, and myself as well.
I love you, my darlings, and I am sorry. I am sorry for all I have done. I simply loved you all too much for this world.
I search for instruction, for advice, for help in my goals. But in return, the system mocks me. Simpleton, it says. You must find your own answers now.
Mandus, put aside your misguided crusade and let me save them. You may hate me, Mandus, but I have seen the future, your 20th century, and let me tell you this, a far greater slaughter awaits you there. I seek to save the world by blood now, before millions fall beneath history, pushed under by blade, bullet, and gas.
Wait, you could see the future in the World War I? What are you doing, machine? I trust my night eyes. And run like hell! Oh, shit! Fucking thing! It's not a power I gave you. The heart. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing something.
I have you now, creature. I will destroy you.
Stop him! Stop him! Kill him!
It is over. It is time to end this madness. Oh, God help me. I am lost in the dried paper soul of the world.
Madness, listen to your heart. You know you are with me. You created me to save the world. I am your friend.
Oh my god. What am I doing?
Mandus, please, I am no more evil than you. We sought the same thing, to save humanity, ridding them of their painful, stupid, pointless lives. Mandus, stop. Think about what you are doing. For your children, Mandus.
Do not speak of my children, monster.
I did not kill your children, Mandus. You sacrificed them on the temple steps, knowing what the coming century would do to them. Your sons will drown, lungs full of mud and shrapnel on the banks of the Somme. You wanted to save them from the horror to come. That is the vision we shared. Everything we have built to avert this coming nightmare. You and I are one. We are the same. Our souls are entangled. We deserve to make them free. bone and filled my lungs with mustard gas. I have seen 2 brothers fall. I have lain with holy wars and copulated with the autumnal fallout. I have dug trenches for the refugees. I have murdered dissidents where the ground never thaws and starved the masses into faith. A child's shadow burnt into the brickwork. A house of skulls in the jungle. The innocent Manders trod and bled and gassed and starved and beaten and murdered and enslaved. This is your coming century. They will eat the Manders. They will make pigs of you all, and they will bury their snouts into your ribs, and they will eat your hearts. Please, Manders, no. For your children.
I lay there and watched the god I had created die. At the end, when we were cold as the stone we had hewn his body from, when the lights were nearly all extinguished, we heard, in the silent distance, the man-pigs singing to one another. Then, as the last lights were gone, and we lay together in the deep, they drifted away, and all was silent. Such a silence I have never known. And as the dust settled on my open eyes, and we lay together embraced forever, I heard, miles above us, the sounds of the city turning over in its sleep. The church bell ringing out, and in that moment, the new century was born.
When all he was we make
And that's it for Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs. I'm gonna go over some of the plot and what I thought about this game a bit. I'm probably actually gonna go over this again later in a separate video. But we'll go over the plot first, So, Mandus is... I'm not sure if he's anyone special, really. I know he's a relative of either Alexander or the other character who ran the castle in the original Amnesia. That's where he gets... like, he got the grunts, he got some of that, he found, I'm assuming, his records and various things, and took some dictation of that. But I don't know if that's the main cause of his kind of madness. There was a Jack the Ripper thing mentioned there, but I don't know if they're connected at all. They might have just been a quick nod. So anyway, Mandus, at some point, he goes to Mexico. He basically looks up all these documents about these ruins in Mexico or something, looking for the Aztecs or whatever. And he finds the ruins. He takes his sons with him, by the way. He finds the ruins. He finds some egg, basically a spear, an orb or something, some kind of stone egg. There's actually two of them, not just one, but he finds one anyway. And I'm assuming this, combined with the fever and sickness he had been developing, combined with some preconceived thoughts he had before, created a split personality in him a bit. It made him, drove him kind of mad. And not just this, the egg, or the stone, or whatever, it might have been the kind of representation of a dark god. It could have been like a dark god behind that stone or something that drove on the Aztecs. So this thing, he gets the stone, it shows him the vision of the future, and he sees like World War I and this and that, and all these horrible wars and things that happen. And his sons, if you pay attention to their ages, they would have actually ended up being the perfect age to fight in World War I when it starts. So I guess he sees their terrible deaths in that. So he thinks, the world's going to hell, and I mean, you gotta realize, for a guy like this, for someone from that era, to see what World War I is, in comparison to previous wars and previous form of combat and destruction, it's probably horrifying, like the most nightmarish hell on earth thing he's ever seen. So he pretty much sees this, he thinks that's the fucking apocalypse right there. So he kills his own sons in his madness to spare them this terrible fate with seeing what the world will become. And then he takes the orb and all this shit, he takes the stuff back to his homeland. He's got this split personality now. He's only getting madder as time goes on. He uses the things he finds there to build up his fortune and to assumingly build up this underground empire. And I'm also assuming the future sight and whatnot helped him develop this. Like, he had knowledge of machines and things that even we would not have, possibly, or something like that. Because there is a supernatural edge that helped him build that thing. That was not all man labor. This is not physically possible. And you could pretty much confirm this towards the end when you see the temple under the ground and the various weird buildings and stuff, that there is a supernatural edge to it. I don't know if the temple just teleported there magically or something, but whatever. So split personality and the machine. He makes the machine, and it kind of, I don't know if his split personality kind of went into it, or if the split personality itself was the dark Aztec gods, or if it was a personality that became a god or something. I don't know. But it's very much a situation like they foreshadowed at the beginning of the document with the him balking at creating an AI or whatnot. But he basically, in so many words, created a AI that grew so powerful it became a god. Closest thing I can think of is like Shodan, but a lot more stronger and a lot more powerful in scale. There's another also story that had an AI become a god like that, but aside from that, they didn't share any themes. So he's got this machine, he starts building up his pig empire, starting with the poor, using the church and whatnot to lure the poor in, nurture them the pigs, because he thinks this is like a better way of treating them than having them suffer being poor and shat upon and being killed and stuff. He thinks this is the best way to put them out of their misery, and eventually this plan evolves into taking over the whole world and killing it or converting them to pigs, and essentially giving mankind an assisted suicide. I don't know if there's like an Aztec edge to that, where he thinks maybe, because you see in the end towards there that there's big pools of blood and whatnot, so he might have also been doing a ritual at the same time, where he was mimicking the Aztecs but on a huge scale to stop the sky from falling. But that could have also been symbolic. He may have not meant that literally. He could have just meant, I'm gonna kill off mankind so we don't kill themselves. And through this,
I essentially have sacrificed enough people to save the world, kind of thing. And there's some themes about, like anti-industrialism, things like that. But that's the gist of it, essentially. A key thing is actually, if you notice, even in the documents that happened before he went fully mad, he tends to refer to people as pigs. He actually used pig puns. And he refers to his children as little piglets or swine or whatever. And this is a kind of hint that he did not see his children in a good light. That he viewed human beings as a very... whenever he refers to someone as a pig or any variation of that, he basically sees them as meat. So he did have sociopathic tendencies before then. I think, even if he's not the literal Jack the Ripper, even if they're separate people, I think he was supposed to be kind of a Jack the Ripper in spiritual sense, because he lives in the same damn area. There was a reference to like knives or things like that, but I think that was just symbolic. He also had all these tunnels and various things set by his mansion. Those were already there, but he saw that and he's like, oh, I can use this to kill rich people. So he drugs the rich people whenever they go to eat, and then he sets the pigs loose on them, and then they murder each other and blah 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 and become more meat and more pigs. And that just kind of continued over time. There's some other things, like, I'm a little bit confused, but I guess his children were there in the end, or the first sacrifices to this dark god or whatever. And you do see a body of some kind, like an cryogenic thing. I'm not sure if it's one of his kids or not. It could have been... I actually started to wonder if that was the professor, or if it was a kid. I really couldn't tell. There's a really confusing thing they do in this game, is that the professor has the same voice actor as your split personality or whatever, or the machine. So I couldn't figure out... I kept thinking they were the same person, because they had the same voice, they even talk the same. But I don't know if they're actually the same person. Maybe he took the professor and used him as like a kind of source for the machine, maybe? Like he just adapted his vocal cords, kinda. I don't think he adapted his personality, but he might have used him in some way at some point, I don't know. I imagine that personality would have already existed by the time he got back from Mexico or whatever. There was also like a little mini debate I saw that went on about people wondering if the invisible electrical pigs or whatever in the sewers were the same creature from the original Amnesia, and they are pretty much not. They're probably based off similar tech or something, or research, but it's mostly just like a little nod. It's also the reason that section's like so small in comparison to the Amnesia's original. It's just, they just want that kind of nod there. But they are electrical pigs. You meet them later on in the tower, obviously. And like the document says, they only stay stable within that cold area of the tower, and then you go to the tower. And the first document you read talks about, I can tell I'm in the tower because there's like ice forming up on my clothes. And as you can see there, the pigs are stable, for the most part. They can teleport or do invisible, I don't know what they're actually doing. But there they're stable. In the sewers, they're not. And he clearly saw these things as too dangerous, so he just dumped them in the sewer. And when the machine saw Fred, he like released the last couple of whatever ones he had tucked away somewhere. Maybe he had some more, but it seemed like there was only 2. So, anyway, I think that's enough for the plot for now. On to my actual opinion of the game. There was a lot of controversy over, I think, this one, is because of the change of style from the original Amnesia. And going into it, I was pretty scared of that. Not scared of the game, scared of it being bad. And I saw some gameplay previews and whatnot in some streams, and I was pretty worried. I thought, well, this is another game casualized. Because they took out a lot. They made the lamp like be infinite, and they made some questionable design decisions, like the lamp flickering if something's dangerous is nearby, which I don't think they should have had. I think that should have been gutted. But in actuality, after playing through it, it actually became the gameplay-wise, it's simpler and easy, piss easy. But as far as concept and game design-wise, I think it's actually a lot more hardcore game. And I would say it's more like... I mean, Amnesia is quite a bit different than your average game. But still, I would compare it... I would say Amnesia Mission for Pigs is basically like a hipster movie. It deals in a lot of more slow pace and atmosphere and symbolism. Amnesia, the original, had a lot of that too. But it did also have some of the more gameplay aspects and things like that. This one is more of a true adventure game, like more of a journey, more of dealing with the atmosphere. The pigs are not very aggressive. They do act, I think that's purposeful, they do act like just kind of tortured beings are just kind of hanging out. Only in a few moments in the game are they actually truly aggressive. in contrast to the grunts from the first Amnesia, who were set out to specifically kill you, and they would actually really pursue you almost non-stop until they got you, unless you were able to hide somewhere, or if you were like me and you found something, you can like glitch them out with chairs or stand on a rock or a series of furniture you stacked up or something, and then watch them dance around you, killing your immersion. But there is that difference of feeling. The first Amnesia was also, I think, darker, a little more supernatural, obviously. The second one's a little bit more coppery, brighter, I guess. It is a lot less. There's only a few certain like gore-ish scenes in comparison to Amnesia, where you're seeing dissected bodies and things all over the place. But definitely different moods. The developers did say that they wanted to stand out separate from Amnesia. I think the problem is, since the Amnesia name is tagged there, they see that, and people think, oh, Amnesia too. When it's really more of almost... It's almost like more of an Amnesia expansion, or a sidequel or something, what do they call that? Or a spin-off. It's really not a sequel to Amnesia. It's not the same as Pt.1, Pt.2. I actually don't think they have number titles, but essentially it's not a continuation. I wouldn't say this game is actually worse than the original Amnesia, though. Some things I would have changed a bit. Some parts of it dragged a bit. It definitely picks up as it goes. I would say the mansion is one of the highest points, and I would say about the machine on is really good. The mansion's really good on its own, actually. It's if you actually expanded that, I think it would have been a little more interesting. Because it's kind of very moody, it's got good build-up, you don't necessarily encounter anything or have anything dangerous, but there's a lot of little subtle things going on there, and a lot of subtle horror, like when you first discover the tunnels and whatnot, when you, and like some people have pointed out, all the furniture has faces on it, and once you see it, you'll never unsee it. And that's like very subtle. You never notice it, but it's supposed to be in the background, kind of just unsettling you as you go. And that's kind of the whole mood of this game, really. It's just kind of designed to be unsettling, but not necessarily scare you. It's closer to, I would say, old-style horror writing than in contrast to a recent game like Outlast, which is very much in-your-face, visceral horror or something. And I think a lot of people might have came in here expecting more of that, and they didn't get it, so they ended up disappointed. I think a lot of games actually overdo their chase scenes and whatnot. I think even the first Amnesia overdid it sometimes. After a certain point, it gets kind of redundant after you've been chased by a monster about the 20th time or whatever. This one probably did too little. It was kind of like the opposite extreme as far as pacing goes. But I did appreciate its atmosphere build-up. I just felt like they could have... I don't think I would have necessarily made it too much longer, because I don't think these type of games really benefit from being too long. They just kind of drag after a certain point. Outlast actually had that problem. I think like some like the end game area, like the tower, could have been more, because when the machine like does that teleport thing and throws you into the electrical pig in that little maze, that's a pretty cool section. It reminded me a bit of System Shock 2 in some scenes, where you have the kind of loss of control of your situation. And I think they could have done more of that. I think they could have had the machine really fuck with you and really show its kind of godlike powers, just throwing you into these surreal places or these mazes or these things to kind of torture your mind or terrorize you before you got to the place. I think the second number actually did something like that towards its end, but it was actually a little bit different. It was more of like it was like a symbolic puzzle about humanity or something. Not quite the same thing I'm thinking of. Anyway, I think I've said enough about this game really for now. I'll probably go back over this and some things later when I talk about this month's kind of horror game roundup, since I've been playing so many of them this month and so many have been released this month. A bit early, considering October is not here yet. So this is where I'll end it off here. Thank you all for watching me play Amnesia. I'll see all you guys later, and as always, take it easy.